What's good, people? Welcome back to the video. Today we are reacting to Lil Uzi Vert, Love Is Rage, full album. Looking forward to this one, man. We did 20 min the other day off Love Is Rage 2. Wasn't sure how it was going to perform, to be honest with you. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't entirely sure how much of my subscriber base were Uzi fans, and I was just completely wrong, basically. And a bunch of you said you want me to check out his albums. A lot of you said Love Is Rage 2 and Lil Uzi Vert versus the world, but we're going to start here and sort of work our way up. That's what I usually do. Just means I get to cover the whole discography, more content for you guys. It's just good to do it in order and see sort of the progression. This album came out in 2016. I think that was around the time that I sort of started hearing his name. I'm going to look at this track list though. I don't recognize any of the tracks off here, so this is going to be a complete first listen. Very much looking forward to it though, to be honest with you. 12 tracks. I'm cool with that, man. We know short and sweet. Hopefully it's going to bang. Before we jump into it, guys, if you're new around here, please drop a sub. We're on the road to 4K and we're trying to hit that as soon as possible. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, description below, and of course drop a like and a comment on the video as well. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into this, man. Track 1, Safe House. Let's go. Already this like weird futuristic alien-like sounds. That little flute type thing.
No, it's safe nowadays. No, you ain't safe in the safe house. No. Get money out the safe house. Put choppers in the safe house. Beefing with niggas, I don't even know.
So much anticipation building.
Shake her ass, I smack that back, show it off, I pay for that. I'm a boss bitch, what it cost, bitch. Got work, cause I ain't weighing jack. That cocaine, she love it. My bad bitch, she chasing that. Steph Curry with the ball status. Swerving right the all trash. Got a white bitch with a ball status. I wrestle her like Trish status. Nigga, I just didn't know Lil Uzi up, been had it. Nigga, you don't know my business, better watch out, cause I been trapped. I remember my brother was nigga dumb. Now we rolling with the best of them.
Okay, so far I'm fucking with this, man. Decent little introduction, building quite a lot of anticipation at the beginning. I'm enjoying sort of how raw the sort of vocal feels, with just a sort of harmonizing behind afterwards. I'm enjoying this little like flute running through as well. It's like it's relatively light production, even though it's quite hard at the same time. It's sort of hard to explain. Straight away, I'm for some reason getting like rodeo vibes. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know whether it's just sort of the experimentation with certain sounds, with different sort of futuristic, almost like I said, alien-like sort of sounds, which is probably a shit description, but you get what I mean. Yeah, man, I'm enjoying this so far though. Let's keep going.
Hit that bitch without a con. Went right up to the CBS with the plan B. That was $60. You ain't safe in the safe house. No one's safe in the safe house.
Loving the different use of samples and shit.
Put the guns in the safe house. You ain't safe in the safe house. He said, boy, let me teach you. I said, girl, mama beat you. Told that girl just to lick it clean. I am an off-white fiend. Yeah, I fuck with V-Long. Take Xan, I'm a Xan fiend. Yeah, I do the shit for my team. When my niggas came, drank a lean. Yeah, Buffy, nigga, I'ma see. And a scheme all on my feet. Smoking KK, barely see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,000 for my tears.
Okay, that was track 1, Safe House. I'm not going to say it was too crazy. Can you guys let me know in the comments below what you actually think of this project in general? Because I didn't really see too many people request this. Reason I've done it, like I mentioned, is because I want to go in like chronological order, but I'm just intrigued to know what your guys' sort of perception of this project is. Cool introduction. I feel like it was slightly samey and slightly repetitive, honestly. Right, track 2, Banned from TV. Let's jump straight into it.
I got a problem, niggas out here trying to run with my style. You kiss your bitch to work, I make her swallow my chop. Oh yeah, and you know I got that chopper like Osama, yeah.
Okay.
And that presidential rolling like Obama, yeah. So that bitch I like her face.
Beat goes crazy.
Getting money, grandma, we don't need Obamacare.
Hey.
My face, I blind my hair and let it lock up, yeah. You kiss your bitch to work, I make her swallow my chop.
I'm fucking with it, man. I'm liking the structure of this one. Already this is standing out a bit more than the first track, honestly.
Because I'm balling right now. Got a problem, niggas out here trying to run with my style. You kiss your bitch to work, I make her swallow my chop.
Hey.
Move it, shake it, work it, now that money go pop. I came from the gutter, running with my brother.
Hey, I love how prominent the vocals become.
We will never love her. Dropping in a Hummer. My ex be so upset because I'm balling right now. Got a problem, niggas out here trying to run with my style. You kiss Teach your bitch to work, I make her swallow my chow. We move it, shake it, work it, now that money go pop.
Okay guys, that was track 2, Banned from TV. Definitely an improvement from the first track, at least on my end, in my opinion. Love the production. I think it was just a bit heavier and it felt like there was a bit more going on. The sort of the beat was switching up, there was different flows, there was different sort of effects on his voice in general. I just enjoyed that one a bit more. I'm quite surprised by just how different the production is. I think from the brief stuff I've heard from Uzi, I sort of had a rough idea of what I thought it was going to sound like. You know, obviously like the really popular ones. I listened to 20 Min as well the other day, of course. And this seems just a bit different, man. It's really giving me rodeo vibes, the production. I don't know whether that's like a thing. I hope I'm not offending anyone, any Uzi fans, by saying that. But just the production style is just sort of what it's reminding me of. Which is interesting because Rodeo was Travis's first sort of like debut album as well. But overall, I'm really enjoying it, man. Stylistically, it's something a bit different. You know, I'm starting to get into the groove of it a bit more. Like I said, I definitely prefer that track to the first one, honestly. But yeah, I enjoyed that, man. That was a good track. Okay, track 3, Super Saiyan. Got high hopes, just basing it off the title. Let's get it. I love a piano, man.
Have you ever made $1 million with your talent? Have you ever fucked a bitch that's so fat lose your balance?
Yes.
Have you? All these bitches washed up all they pussy got that mileage. Ew. Drinking lean, yeah. Promethazine, yeah.
Woo.
In a dream, yeah.
I haven't heard that bar before.
Codeine, yeah. Chopper like I'm in the Matrix. Hey, bum me pocket extra kick. Hey, that bitch she said that she waiting. Hey, Lil Uzi Vert saying. Hey, that bitch she told me she taking. Drinking that paper like Viking. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I pint it. Hey, fuck with the chase out there biking. Hey, reading her mind like I'm psychic. Hey,
the cadence switch up, the aggression.
Hey, money older than Joe Biden. Hey, swerving around in a Rover. Hey, I'ma get that titty motor.
Bro, this is sick, man. The flow, the beat, crazy, man. The way he's flowing.
Like I am Barbosa. Ay, I feel like I'm Danny Glover. Ay, no, I really do not love it. Ay, them niggas over the suckers.
I love how that piano comes back in.
Yeah, my God can energy bust you. Ay, she treat my dick like a sucker. Ay, I might just knock if you buck it. Ay, if you survive, then you're lucky. Ay.
Okay, that was track 3, Super Saiyan. Big fan, man. That's probably my favourite one so far. Just rated that. His flow, the way he was switching up his cadence and his voice and the tone of his voice as well. Getting sort of aggressive at certain points and then bringing it back down again. Love that piano sort of coming in and out too. I just fuck with that, man. That was a gas track. I just feel like when I'm listening to Uzi or anyone else sort of in this sort of lane, is that lyrically it's not a madness, but if you can just sort of vibe out to a track, you can just, it has a bop to it and you can just, you know what I mean, just vibe out, man. That's what I want from shit like this, and that was a fucking great track, bro. Appreciate that one, mad. Right, track 4, 7 AM. Let's get it.
Boy, get on my way. Go on my way.
Hey.
Boy, you ain't got time. Now I'm getting cash. Now your bitch gon' lie. Like, oh goddamn, that's the bitch that I want. Oh goddamn, diamonds all in my fronts. Like, oh goddamn, that's the bitch that I want.
Bro, he's got a sick voice, man. The way he uses it over these sort of beats is crazy. It's such a vibe.
Tell me why these niggas always hating on me. Coming home, they be waiting on me. Like jump on my dick, all that faking on me. Like, oh goddamn, that's the bitch that I want.
This is a vibe, man. The tunes are picked up massively since the second track.
Backwood propane peeling, say my name in it, now you change. Had a lot of friends and a lot of homies. Now I'm high, now they outside. Tell them niggas get the fuck above me. Now I'm high, now they outside. Like, oh goddamn, that's the bitch that I want. Oh goddamn.
This hook is great, man. It's a class hook.
7 a.m. I was fucking your love. 11 a.m. You took that bitch right to brunch. Like, oh goddamn, that's the bitch that I want.
Okay, guys, that was track 4, 7 AM. Again, man, that was a hit, bro. I messed with that mad. It's weird, the production, like some of the tracks, it's hard, and like the production is hard in that, but it's got also sort of like quite a chilled out vibe to it. You sort of like, I don't know, you get slightly immersed in it. It sort of takes you to another planet. And something about his voice as well. I can't really describe it exactly, but it's just such a vibe, man. It's so chilled. You just like shut your eyes and it, like I said, it just like takes you away. It's like another planet, man. It's crazy. I really enjoyed that. I thought the hook was really dope, really catchy. Really liked how he sounded on that. Sort of his flow and the way he was drawing out all of the lyrics I really fucked with. Big fan of the sort of the samples running through it as well, but overall I just really like that track, man. Not as crazy as another track I imagine, but it's just just a bit more chilled out, bro. I fuck with that, man. I was just swaying my head just on another planet. Right, track 5, Lamborghini Dream, featuring Young Thug. Let's jump straight into it. I'm gas for a Thug feature, man.
I'm with the hey. You want one night stopping, yeah. I'm cooking the white girls for my boy. I'm having rings like a motherfucking lord. No, I ain't hesitating on no nigga. Ain't coming fed to wait for no nigga. I'm a beast with my feet. Honey me, I'm a beast. I'm a troll with a Trojan. Like they red apple bees.
Great Thug's inclusion, man. Don't know how I feel about being so close to my left ear, though.
No, I call her tart, she gon' come pop for me. I'm with the 808 mafia. You want one night stopping, yeah. I'm cooking the white girls for my boy. I'm having rings like a motherfucking lord. No, I ain't hesitating on no nigga. Ain't coming fed to wait for no nigga. I'ma accelerate on the nigga. You say niggas I ain't no nigga.
Okay, I was actually gonna ask if someone could let me know. I can check the credits, but I decided to fucking get some comments from you guys, just get some opinions in general. But who produced majority of this shit? Obviously, 808 Mafia is on here. You can just tell straight away. Apart from the producer tag, the production is crazy. I just love to know sort of who were the main sort of sources of production on here. I'm intrigued to know. But I'm liking this, man. Thug's inclusion is dope. It's quite cool, to be honest. Like, I feel like these two would merge really well together and make more music. I'm not entirely sure how many times they've collaborated. Again, someone let me know in the comments below if there are any other tracks that they've collaborated on. But when you think about them stylistically and the way they sound, I think they would contrast really well, but they also are quite similar at the same time. And it seems to be working so far, man. Obviously, Uzi hasn't come in on this yet, so we're going to wait and see. But I'm enjoying this, man. Thug always kills it, bro. From the brief stuff I've heard from Thug, he kills it, man.
He even if I mix the lean with the Zane. Recipe to it's up, yeah. Let me see. When I sneeze around the head, bitch, you just want that you kissing that bitch.
Just small elements like that. Whoa.
Take a lot in the street. Hey, darker. Maga can't fit on my head. Hey, if I can't catch you, my nigga. Hey, I take it on your cool. Hey, if I can't find them on niggas.
Okay, guys, that was track 5, Lamborghini Dream, featuring Young Thug. I enjoyed that, man. Definitely enjoyed that. Production was a massive standout to me. Probably say it wasn't quite a highlight as much as sort of the last two tracks, maybe. I did really enjoy the production. Just didn't hit as much as the last couple tracks, honestly, but I still did enjoy it. Like I just said, the production a million times, but 808 Mafia did a great job. I enjoyed Thug's sort of induction onto that. I also feel like with Thug, you get him on a feature, he's not just a feature. He brings like a whole different atmosphere to the track by putting in his ad-libs and things like that you notice with there. I think he does that on a lot of people's tracks because he does have such a range of shit he can do with his voice specifically to come up with like ad-libs or just do these little nuances amongst the song and sort of put his own sort of spin on it. So I think his inclusion in itself was pretty big for that track, but I enjoyed it, man. Uzi's verse was cool as well. Solid track, bro. Solid track. Right, track 6 right now. Let's jump straight into it. Okay. Feels like a bit of a darker turn. Okay, Sunny. Some big producers on here then already. Shit like this, it's like a dark, eerie vibe, man.
About to be high, be smoking the dope. Got a little bitch that be slipping the coke. Living my life like I cannot go broke. I say living my life like I cannot go broke. Baby girl, do not stop. Grab the handle, flip the dog. Even you gon' drop the drop.
Okay guys, that was track 6 right now. Interesting. Don't think I really said too much. I was sort of just taking it in musically. Pretty mad, to be honest with you, pretty mad. Not the usual production I expected from Sony Digital, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it though, I did enjoy it, I was completely vibing out. It was very interesting, it felt very sort of bleak, quite dark and eerie, these sort of really low vocals from Uzi sort of running through the track in the background as sort of backing vocals. Yeah, sort of relatively hard to sort of understand, it just all felt very sort of low and very, like I mentioned, very dark, very bleak sort of track really that... Again, I can't really describe it, it just felt quite apocalyptic almost. It just, yeah. Musically, it's cool, it just did feel a bit, I don't know what mood you'd have to be in to listen to that necessarily, but I did enjoy it. I enjoy what they were going for at least. and it was cool, man. As long as it was one of the standout tracks for me, stylistically it's not necessarily what I'm looking for, but it was still relatively solid, man. Right, track 7, top. Let's jump straight into it.
Who the fuck are you?
Bass.
First I drop my top, ay. Then I swerve my coupe, ay. Counting all these bands, ay. Who the fuck are you? Ay? Why you all so cool? Ay? $1,000 shoes, ay. 100 on my jewels, ay. I got all these grooves. First I drop my top, ay. Then I swerve my coupe, ay. Counting all these bands, ay. Who the fuck are you? Ay? First I drop my top, ay. Then I swerve my coupe, ay.
This is gas, bro. The beat is crazy.
Who the fuck are you? Ay, just in Tuesday. Fuck that bitch on Monday. Fuck her sister Tuesday.
There's like bongos in the back as well, some shit.
With my squad like Wu-Tang.
Hey.
I'm on another red mug. Let a little nigga try us. And a nigga with a truck. Leave a little nigga so stuck. Britney turned me to a slut. Britney turned me to a slut. Britney turned me to a slut. Hit the bitch up in the back, ay.
Okay, I'm fucking with this one, man. Fucking with this one. This is definitely a standout track to me so far. I'm actually really intrigued after this to check out like what are the most popular tracks on here. Always intrigues me to know if it matches up with what I think is dope. Do me a favour, guys, if you got this far through, put your top 3 favourite tracks off this product in the comments below. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to sort of see your guys' opinion on it and sort of see where it goes with mine. But I'm enjoying this, man. Very much enjoying this. This is the vibe that I'm fucking with. Again, a sort of a really catchy hook. He seems to be a pretty fucking good hook creator, if you will. Probably a shit way of putting it, but yeah, just always hooks seem to be relatively solid, and he has the voice for it as well. There's just something about it, it's really easy to follow, and they're quite drawn out vocals, like I mentioned before. I'm enjoying the different elements of the production. I think there is like a bongo of some sort of drum that's just sort of hitting twice every so often, which is quite an interesting element to chuck in there, and sort of the backing vocals as well. I'm just enjoying the vibe of this, man. So far, it's just been a massive vibe, and I think that's the main thing you guys have told me about his music and what I've heard about his music is that it is just, you know, it just sort of is all just on this really chilled out sort of wave that also can be gas from time to time, but it just sort of follows suit with just, yeah, man, vibing out. That's all I've done this whole entire time, bro. Just moving, man, just constantly moving. Just feeling it, bro, feeling it.
First I drop my top, ay. Then I swerve my coupe, ay. Counting all these bands, ay. Who the fuck are you? Ay? Why you all so cool? Ay? Sometimes Farragut,
hey.
Saint Laurent the boots, ay. I feel like I'm throwaway.
I love that, man. Switches up the cadence, switches up the way he approaches it.
Like a flute, and I brought 2 rings. Remember that bitch and won't fuck me. Now that bitch wanna just fuck me. Remember that bitch and I'm dusty. Look at that hoe like you ugly.
Okay, guys, that was track 7, top. Probably one of the standout tracks to me so far. Something about that, man. Something about it. Just really enjoyed the hook. I love that little switch up just a second ago. Wasn't even that much of a switch up, but the way his tone just completely changed. I mentioned it in previous reactions before. There's certain artists that sort of can switch up the tone, make it sound like someone new's come on the track. Obviously, you know it's Uzi still, but to have that sort of range in your voice to switch up the tone and switch up the cadence of how you're sort of delivering the vocals, I think is really impressive, and it just brings something different, man. When you can't always switch up the track musically necessarily, just having that in there, I really fuck with, man. That was a really enjoyable track, bro. Just a vibe, man. That's the word of the video. Just a fucking vibe, bro. Okay, track 8, All My Chains.
On the face, no Georgina, ayy. Bad bitch look like Tina, ayy. Got my Nina down, got my other Nina down. On the block with all my chains on. On the block with all my rings on. On the face, no Georgina down. Bad bitch look like Tina down. I got Nina down, got my other Nina down. On the block with all my chains on.
What the fuck is this beat doing? It's constantly moving.
This a fly trap nigga thing song. Ay, ay, this a fly trap nigga thing song. Ay, ay, Alexander to the Wayne, damn, Alexander to McQueen, yeah. You rockin' them 7 jeans, no, you rockin' them Joe jeans, no, I'm rockin' them Bowen jeans. Ay, got your bitch all on my team, damn, cause Lil Uzi he so clean, damn, and I'm still off of that lane, damn, I am so RSVP, damn, when I'm in RSVP, damn, what the fuck do you got on, damn, you cannot walk with me. Damn, if the belt is not going on, yeah, you cannot talk to me, yeah.
Crazy. The last couple tracks have been solid, man. Really solid. There's some proper standout tracks. This is mental, man. Like you think you've like got down the beat in your mind, and then the production is just changing. There's elements coming in and out. His flow as well. His flow is going crazy. He is spazzing on this, man. Absolutely spazzing, bro. Crazy. Seriously, the production is mad. I love how it's constantly just interchanging and it's just not staying still. You know, I think with some of the tracks on here, it has got slightly repetitive, and this is completely sort of combating that, and I'm fucking with it, man.
Lil Uzi shot like a pencil. Damn, I stack my money in triple. Damn.
Who produced this? Someone tell me.
Bitch, you be lucky I grip it. Damn, bitch, you be lucky I hit you. Ayy, no Georgina, ayy. Bad bitch look like Tina, ayy. Got my Nina down, got my other Nina down.
Okay, guys, so that was track 9, All My Chains. Mad, absolutely mad. This track and the last track, Top. Mad, absolutely mad, bro. Now this one, probably I'm more impressed just in the sense of the structure and the layering of everything. I thought was really impressive. Like I said, production constantly changing. So many different elements coming in and out. Sometimes it can be a bit too much. That just wasn't the case whatsoever with that. It wasn't tweaked to the point where it was like too crazy, but it was just tweak little bits here and there, which I really fuck with. Uzi just rode over that as well, man. To be honest with you, I haven't really spoken too much about his lyrics, because lyrically, there's not a hell of a lot to talk about, to be honest with you. He's just talking about, I don't know, just bigging himself up and shit, really, to be honest with you, and fucking cool, man. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really listening to Uzi for lyrical miracle, fucking bar on bar on bar. Some of the bars are in there, which are dope, but mainly it's just about his flow, man. The words he's using, the way he's delivering it over these beats is more what I'm listening for. I'm just trying to vibe out, bro. And just enjoy what I'm listening to, man. And so far, I'm very much enjoying what I'm listening to. What's mad is that you guys didn't even recommend this project, so God knows what Love Is Rage 2 is going to be like. Or Lil Uzi Vert versus the world. Very intrigued, man. Right, track 9, Belly.
I'm from the beast of the belly.
This fucking.
I'm from the beast of the belly. Got all this bread like the deli. Yeah, really ain't shit you can tell me. No, bitch, like Tommy or Belly. Mama and bitch, her name is Keisha. One of my niggas, she swallow. Oh, I'm with the killers and robbers. I'm looking bitch with no condom. Now you take care of my family. Mixing the lean with your drama. That shit tastes like cotton candy.
Hey.
She put dick in her belly. Kiana never wear no panties. I beat it up, feel like I'm Danny. I'm skirting up in the white roller. You driving Toyota Corolla. The best of your system, no solar. My bitch's skin look like it's smoke.
Bro.
I pull out my dick and I poke. My gun, I swear, ain't got
Beat.
no host.
There's 808.
Your ass right with your toast. We body like Magnolia.
Bro, this track, the last 2 tracks. The last 3 tracks. What on earth, bro? What on earth? Give me whatever the fuck Uzi is on. Maybe don't do that, actually. Fuck knows where I'd be right now. But, bro, crazy, man. Beat goes crazy. I'm repeating myself way too much. Just because there's only so many words. Just describe how fucking hard this is, bro. Seriously, there's 808s. Soul destroying, bro. Absolutely soul destroying.
I'm on the beast of the belly. Got all this bread like the deli.
That little
really ain't shit you can tell me.
reminds me of the Tokyo Drift fucking thing.
Bitch, her name is Keisha.
Love you, Tommy.
My love bitch, her name Kiana. Then it's my dick when I feed her. Keisha, my man. Got Kiana on the side, like chicken Caesar. I swerve in the rain. I'm whipping that work and I use an egg beater. That's like I'm on
That pattern is mad.
You're whipping, watch you lose your brain. Been in this game.
Track 9, Belly. Crazy. Crazy, 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 bro. The production just like leveled up. At least not even necessarily leveled up. I just think I guess it's more gas. I'm just a bit of a gashead, to be honest with you. I think I'm just too excited about anything that's particularly heavy. I did fuck with the more laid back tracks though. I did mention that earlier on. Just on this vibe, man. It just gets to a certain point in someone's album where they just have consecutive madness, like really intense. You know, it just completely intensifies. But I fuck with it, man. That 808, that drum pattern, ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Uzi's voice just goes so well over this shit. There's just something about his vocals and the tone he has just rides over this shit so well. I can see why he's just so liked amongst people, if you know what I mean. Just mad. Mad, mad, mad. Track 10, Enemies. Let's get it.
Got no friends next to me, enemies too close. Rat Simmons on my feet, that's why I fucked your heart. Middle fingers to my enemies, I stay in my glow. And you know they gonna intervene, my niggas do the most.
I'm really impressed by the structure of the tracks, man. It's not simple at all. Like this shit.
Oh, you wanna try me, walk around you with the car. Once again, I had
that's
your bitches,
static.
don't believe me, now you stalking. Now she all on me, had me lost in the moment. Drinking in the sea, drunk, now I'm zoned. All my bitch grade A, fuck with bees and some C's though. Number one that room, watch out for them Buick Regals. Number one that room, watch out for them Marquis. In the hood, with my chains on, with my demons. Right Simmons on my feet, that's why I fucked your heart.
Hey,
middle fingers to my enemies.
this is sick, bro. This might be the best one so far.
My niggas do the most. Falling, I'm just on it, I'm just on it.
I love how you think it's gonna drop, then it brings it back down, man.
I keep pouring, I keep pouring. Know some little niggas that'll rock you for some Jordan. I'm rockin' Rick on with your bitch on my dick and that bitch she be home. Lil Uzi, I swear that I just be gone. Lil Uzi, I swear that I just be flowing. Drinking that lane when I'm with my niggas game. I swear to God that I just be pouring. Move like a captain and we never lacking. I swear to God that we stay up to the morning. Nigga like my style, oh yeah I know it. Nigga by my style, oh I know it. He wasn't say she taking. Never had as much money, so a nigga pacing. Put my dick in another thought, leave her shaking. Okay, good food, I'm tasting. Bitch, you leave in the air.
Track 10, Enemies. Crazy. Fucking crazy. Probably my favourite track so far. Just brilliant. I literally mentioned at the beginning of the track, the structure, the different things he's trying with the production. The way that came in, with that sort of like, it sounded like almost like a boom bap sort of hip hop beat that was heavily, heavily edited with some static, with some noise, and then just fucking came in, bro. The way that came in, crazy. His flow on that as well. Just the whole atmosphere that whole track built, the anticipation that built up. The way it was structured and that you thought it was going to drop again, then he brought it back down to a level. Vocals became a lot more sort of calm, and they just kicked back in again, bro. Crazy, man. I know I always mention it if you've watched my videos for a little while. The structure of a track is so important. You can't just have the same fucking shit running through it. And he's really impressed me. Really impressed me just how experimental he's been with the production, just with the style and everything. Really dope, bro. That was fantastic track. Right, second to last track. Track 11, Ballin'. So I'm straight into it.
I'ma have dolphins and shit in my crib. Waking up, living life.
Yeah, maybe don't give me what he's on.
Fuck that bitch outside, get what outcome. By any means, like Malcolm. Live by any means.
Again, vocals are different again.
I be ballin' like I am there.
It was very triumphant, man. Painting a big picture.
I just want all of my niggas to ball. I don't want all of my niggas to sit. All the shit that I'm right now gonna see.
Yeah, man.
I just want all of my niggas to eat. I might just pull out that lane, that's a fuck. Oh yeah, little nigga, you will get fan. Yeah, living life like I'm a rock star. I do this shit for my fans. My brother, he is a block star. He amazing with the pants. I just want all of my niggas to fall. I don't want all of my niggas to sit. All the shit that I'm right now gonna see.
Man, this could be the final track if it wanted to be. I'm intrigued to know where he's going to go with the final track, but second to last track, loving it, man. It's brought you back down, but in a smooth sort of way. I find sometimes the projects you have like 4 or 5 crazy tracks, then it's like the polar opposite. This is different. It's not so intense, but it's still got a certain vibe to it. It sort of just brings you down slowly, man. Sort of just slowly nudging you to the finish of the project. And I'm really enjoying this one, man. Really enjoying this one. Like I said, it's a bit more of a vibe. It's a bit more chilled out. It's just a nice little partial outro, if you will, and I'm fucking with it, man.
Living life like I can't die. They live for me and that's the reason why. I just want all of my niggas to ball. I don't want all of my niggas to sit.
Track 11, Balling. Big fan, man. Really big fan of that, to be honest with you. Like I mentioned, I sort of mentioned everything I need to say about that, to be fair. Sort of just nudging you towards the edge of the project. Smoothly transporting you from the last 4 tracks, which are just absolutely ridiculous. I mess with that, man. Just a nice little vibe, bro. I've really enjoyed this project, to be honest. It's actually pleasantly surprised me. I wasn't sure what to expect coming into this, whether it was going to be really one-dimensional. I was just completely wrong. Completely wrong. It's been so experimental, so many different sounds. Even if some of them may even not be as necessary, I feel like the fact that he's taken the step as a debut project to sort of do this, I think it's really impressive, man. Really, really impressive. I fought with it. It's ringing bells of Rodeo, and I'm not going to say that it sounds too much like Rodeo, but it's a similar sort of thing in the sense of coming out with the debut project, doing some experimental stuff, trying different stuff, and it's giving me the sort of edge that I feel like Rodeo had the first time I listened to that, if you get me. Check out my Rodeo reaction if you want to, it's on the channel. But yeah, man, really, really messing with this. Final track, whew, it's been fun. Paradise, track 12, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, paradise, yeah. It's somewhere that I've never been before. Yeah, I just wanna be there when I wake up. Yeah, it's somewhere that I've never been before. Yeah, I just wanna be there when I wake up. Yeah, like you better with no makeup.
Wasn't expecting this as an outro, but I'm enjoying it, man. It's like a heartfelt track from Uzi, which I don't think we've really had on this project yet. Just feeling a bit more like upbeat, man. Which I sort of, I mean, I enjoy that, to be fair. He's gone out with a sort of more of an upbeat track to sort of, like I always say this every single time, a track that makes you reflect on the project in quite a positive manner, and I feel like it's always a smart move in my opinion to have something a bit more upbeat. Even though the lyrics might not be as upbeat, but overall it just feels like a bit more of a fun track. But it's a vibe, man.
Alexander the Wang, Alexander McQueen. You doing your little thing, you rockin' ball, man. I'm rockin' Mr. Completely, the 4 to 4. I started touring. Yeah. My phone ignoring, when you be calling, I started ballin', you stopped your stallin', that range I pocket, I drive, I'm rollin', I skirt, yeah, I swear I drive it just like I stole it, and she's right on my side.
Okay guys, Love Is Rage, man, by Lil Uzi Vert, the full album, fantastic, man, absolutely fantastic. Quickly, just one little word on Paradise. Great outro, man. Really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed how upbeat, like I said, how upbeat it felt. How just sort of, you know, like I said, just helps you reflect on the album as a whole. So it makes you have like a slight step back and just think about it, man. And I just completely vibed out to that. Really reflected on the album. It's just a nice way to go out with just an upbeat track like that. So I enjoyed it, man. But Love Is Rage, bro. Overall, great, man. Great, some really great elements, some really standout tracks in there as well. I think overall I wasn't expecting a lot, or at least I wasn't expecting what I received, is more a better way to put it. I haven't really listened to too much of Uzi, and the smaller stuff I had heard, I wasn't a massive fan, honestly, and I mentioned that in the video like 2 days ago in 20 Min, that it never really resonated with me, but listening to that, actually, it's pretty great, man. I think the last time I really started listening to Uzi properly was a good couple of years ago. I've definitely just developed as a person, my music taste has developed. Doing this reaction channel, you become far more open-minded to shit and stop, and you know, you don't have your own biases, you just gotta let that all go when you sit down and listen to a project, and I really enjoyed this, man. Really enjoyed this. Like I said, it sort of gave me, it was very reminiscent of sort of Rodeo, and I'm not saying as in he would copy Rodeo in any way, shape or form, but I'm saying as in gave me the same sort of vibe where they both came in with debut projects and they just tried something different, and I think the production was great. I thought he really had a hand in it, and I felt like it just wasn't your run-of-the-mill shit, you know, your run-of-the-mill album project from around this time, all the SoundCloud shit, all that sort of stuff. It was really different, man. Really different, and not a lot of stuff in there I'd heard before, which I really enjoyed. I loved just how he played around with so many different elements, you know, the instrumentation, it was great, the different sort of samples, everything running through it. Vocals are fantastic as well. Him over some shit, bro. He flowed on some tunes, man, seriously. That, like, I would say the last portion of the album was great. The first, I think track 2, track 3 were great, but then I think just, you know, the last 6 tracks, absolutely fantastic, man. The back end of this project was great. Absolutely great. I've already playlisted a few tracks. Top, All My Chains, Enemies, Belly, all 4 of them, fucking crazy. Just that run of tracks. Mad, Paradise, great. Pretty good, man, to be honest, pretty good. I'm really intrigued to know what your guys' favourite 3 tracks are. Let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate it, but overall, I had a lot of fun listening to this. And if you guys want me to keep going through these projects, I happily will, because I'm quite excited after this, not gonna lie to you. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed my reaction, if at the point you want to see me again, then please drop a sub. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, description below. If you have any requests for any Lil Uzi Vert or anyone else, check it in the comments below. But for the meantime, guys, I've been Charlie. This has been Love Is Rage, and I'll see you in the next one.